Okay, the conversation between um Goro, Futara, and Lowell was the main thing I liked about this episode. But everything else just went over my head. Well, not everything, but I guess the last point, the end point, the so-called main antagonists, Rio's older brother, the guy who seems, no matter how much damage you put on him, his concept of death is different than everyone else's. So because of this, no matter how much you beat him to a pulp, he will just get back up with no damage at all. And he seems to attack people out of nowhere without even trying. And we get a backstory between the science girl, Chica, and how she didn't really care about her life because she had no freedom over it. And a lot of people say, well, she's rich, she has a set future. Cage animals will most of the times sometimes try to kill themselves compared to free animals. Free animals wonder, they struggle, they strive to survive. But cage animal has everything they need, but it's not their freedom. So cage animal sometimes is depressed and does not wish to continue being inside that cage anymore. Some will try to, end themselves because of this. And a lot of people don't understand that. That yes, someone has a well-off life, but are they happy in that life? And if you're not happy in that life, you're not going to want it, no matter how much you have with it. And some people seek that freedom, being told what to do, how to wear, how to think, how to act all the time. It takes its toll on them. And so because of that, a lot of suicide rates happen in Japan, trying to meet those expectations that some of them fail to meet, or they are way too high, and it causes them a serious mental breakdown, a huge awareness within Japan's society. And it ended up with that team who, unfortunately, went through the wrong side of the portal, ended up fighting the main antagonists, and they got their butts kicked completely, like just impaled, stabbed. Like wow, they're gone. Just like I don't. It's hard to tell who's dead or not in this story. Because one minute you can see someone get impaled, the next minute, the next episode, they're okay because of someone from the game decides to keep them alive. So the question is, are they gone for good? Are they dead for good this time? I don't know anymore, man. I'll just have to keep on watching. Anyways, now the thing I was most interested in was with the conversation with Goro, Lol, and Futura. You know, she, everyone just sitting down. Well, not sitting down, but like, if I ask that question, who are you? Seriously, who are you? Why is it that you, Goro, has an assistant with his power, but no one else does? Their powers defy the laws of physics, the laws of reality, and that much is okay, you can accept. But why is it that you, a being of its own will and its own free thinking, a sentient being, is there with Goro? And she's been saying that she doesn't remember, and Goro had a hunch this was probably the case, and just wanted to keep things like she'll say it on her own time. That was it. He was okay with that. He didn't be like, "Hey, you need to tell me right here and now" and stuff like that. Like, they'll tell me if I need to know or not. So she was holding secrets, but she's not the only one that's also holding secrets. Because out of nowhere, this weird ball shows up. Spear shows up, and it just starts raining blood, and people are falling out of it. And Goro just says it's just rain. What's the problem? And he doesn't realize feel the rain isn't cold, it's warm, and his blood is red. You know, that's when it comes to realization that Goro has been losing his senses. And ever since he's been using his power, he's been losing his senses from taste, feel. He can barely see color and stuff. It's just happening. The question is, how come he has this effect with his power? Why? Why does he have an assistant? Why is it his power is the only one that causes a drawback every time he uses it? What is the point? You know, it's like in order for him to find his happy ending, he himself must continue to suffer and suffer every single time to make sure everyone else is happy. I believe I talked about this in a previous video about the sacrifice of his power for the sake of others. That his power would be more beneficial if he used it for himself. But he doesn't want to. He wants to use it for the sake of others, in a way, making him a good person. Well, at least for Tora asked him, are you a good person? But he wants to see if he truly is a good person at the end of the day. That's the thing about him. Really, really nice Goro is. And then we have this conversation with Rio and her brother talking about the Cheshire cat theory. You know, you put a cat in a box and you can, in wherever you can only guess what's happening to the cat inside the box. Of course, the thing of poison and anything could happen. All the theories and everything like that's happening. And she was saying how with keeping the box closed and imagining everything you want for Rio. And as Rio was talking about syrup, 2 big balls of syrup was about to happen. Then they disappeared, meaning her power is like Cheshire's cat in a way. And he told her that she is God. So if she is God, that means she asked him, okay, then who are you? And she said, well, I am the cat's God. So in a way, my theory, hold on, Rio's brother is not real. He is the cat inside the box because she imagined him. She was probably lonely, and her power is to create him. Think about it, the dude got beat up and nothing happened to him. He just got back up like nothing. Even after he got beaten to death, he got back up. Nothing happened. Then he's able to attack people out of nowhere without them sensing his presence, like the Cheshire cat. So it's a possibility she created him. And even in the outro, when you're seeing every one of their abilities, well, almost every one of their abilities with their phones, Rio even has her phone being showed in the outro. But her brother doesn't have a phone being shown. As if he doesn't have one. As if he's not really a player in the game, but he could be a power. This is the first time where we've seen an anime where someone's power comes into a manifestation or conjuring of a being. It happens a lot of times in anime, and it can happen no different here. So Rio's power is Cheshire Cat and is the big brother. She created a big brother for herself, and now the brother has created something involving her power, where she's doing something to do with parallel worlds or something. And it's causing people to fall out of the sky. Where it is, it's causing her to become more powerful and becoming a true god. And now it's up to Goro to stop them. So that's pretty much of the episode. Like I said, I guess I just answered when it comes to Rio's powers, I create my own theory. But I just don't understand what's going on with the spear and the bring blood in people. Like, what's up with that? I don't know. But I am fascinated with it. And of course, the conversation with the other 3 was also interesting to happen. You know, things are speeding up, and we're only on episode 10, and we only have 3 episodes left. And by the way, I went on the internet and I checked, and yes, there will be a part 2 to this. Part 2, as I was correct, part 2 was actually announced, like, when this show was 3 or 4 episodes in, so that was very early, so this was already planned from the start for this to have part 2 to it. Even though this feels like some grand finale happening right now, seems like there's more than this after this grand finale. So I'm like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. But hey, I'm all here for it. So, waiting to see what happens out of Yoko Taro's weird and crazy mind and see where he goes with this. But I'm enjoying it so far. Not my most top thing I'm watching this year, but it's entertaining nonetheless. So anyway, so that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, share, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.